Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Harebrained Games, the Weekend Games. This is the weekly segment that I bring to you, wherein we do this every few weeks, no matter what, because the key to mastering inconsistency is to be consistently inconsistent in a consistent manner. No need to like or subscribe, or like subscribing to me. This is low budget conversation videos, no free copies, and I buy where I review, and it's all about the joy of board gaming. So what's new with me? I've been in Arizona for the last couple of weeks, and I'm going to be here another couple of weeks. I've extended my stay. One of the reasons is why, as you can see in the pictures above, my friend Corey and I went to see a wonderful game. Football game, Friday Night Lights. A friend of mine had a son who's been working so hard and just really spent the entire year just prepping and prepping for this season as his final season. And sure enough, he gets there. Everything's great. 3 plays in, tears his ACL, out for the season. Devastation. Oh my gosh. So I'm going to stay down here and try to be some moral support, at least what I can. Weather's great. It's 100. Till next week. Went with my friend Corey and his folks to see a place that I was really sure I wasn't going to like called Organ Stop. By name and by description, I would never have set foot in there. Organ Stop is basically described as someone plays an organ while you eat pizza, and that's exactly what it is, but in such a super cool way. This organ is not just an organ, it was an old 1920s while silent movies are going on, we play music kind of thing, and it is extraordinary. It just blew me away. So I went ahead and enjoyed the heck out of it. The entire organ itself basically wraps around the entire building. So you're eating pizza pretty much inside of an organ. Um, and I gave it tips, so I guess that makes me an organ donor. But that's what I've been doing there. And then of course my apartment is a couple miles away from the Turning Point offices, and tomorrow I will be endeavoring to make my way to State Farm Stadium for paying my respects. And so all things sold, I'm down here for another couple weeks. Notice not a lot of board games in that picture, but there has been some news. High Frontier for All Digital was supposedly set to be released on the 20th. That was yesterday. Didn't happen. Looks like it probably won't happen for a bit. Didn't get good vibe or reviews from some people who said the iOS version was a disaster. So my enthusiasm went from hero to zero in no time flat. That said, GMT is shipping out Hubris and Bronx and China Bronx Cross Expressway and China's War, and those are ones I'm looking forward to in a big, big way. We'll see how that goes. That's can always count on them to have solid quality components that I'm used to. Twilight Imperium Digital has been announced by a company whose previous game has been strange. Like it's Ezekiel. It's sort of this quasi dark biblical semi pseudo biblical kind of thing. I don't know. Either way, they're sending out a call to say, "What do you guys want to see in a game?" Which usually tells me they're not far along in it, or if they are, they're just whatever. No screenshots, no pictures, no whatever. So I remain cautiously optimistic, and we'll see what happens over the course of the next few months. They seem passionate about it, so we'll see what they can pull off, maybe some multiplayer. Anyway, Trailblazer, the Arizona Trail, has been announced. For those who bought the original Trailblazer, I hope that you enjoyed it. I found it to be tepid at best, but I still tried. And because it's Arizona, and because I clearly need to buy the next version of the game that I found mediocre, that clearly must be what I'm used to do. Anyway, huge thank you to all those who had some feedback for me. I wrote down, I printed out, and I took to heart all of the feedback. Thank you so much on last week's question about how to do reviews, what's the, what things are good and bad and stuff. I really got some great feedback, and I can't thank you enough. So this week's question is, what are you guys doing for exercise? I love heat. I love Arizona. I love running in the heat. I love running at the height of the day. If it's 116, I'm out running. I run right now 3 to 4 times a day, 5 miles each, and I'm thinking I'd like to mix it up. Do you guys do anything? Let's say how do you guys exercise? I know some of you, especially in Europe, are bikers, avid bikers. I got that, but I'm not. I, it's pretty flat here, so I could do that. I also have the opportunity to maybe look at rowing, like a rowing machine or something like that, to kind of help out. I love being able to burn calories, and I don't have anything as far as weight training involved. But anyway, what do you guys do for exercise? As for playing, watching, reading, Sleeping Gods Distant Fries is down here. I brought that down in my backpack, in my suitcase, which was a nightmare for getting through customs, oddly enough. People just don't realize I don't bring clothes, I bring board games, and they find this really, really odd. Harmonies is a game that I enjoyed on VGA, and so I bought a copy and I'm playing it there. I would love to have Fields of Fire Advantage in Company of Heroes. Matter of fact, I had Fields of Fires. I bought two copies, one for here and one up there, but I haven't punched it yet. And Company of Heroes Second Edition was too expensive and too valuable for me to risk anything happening to it in transit. So I'll have to wait till I get back. Video game wise, Outer Worlds. I'm finishing that up because Outer Worlds 2 is coming out in a little bit. High Frontier for All. We'll see. We'll see. I hold out hope. Endless Legends 2 I didn't write, but that one is also coming out. What am I watching? Well, I'm finishing up Justified. I'm on season 5, and I think I'm going to finish it and enjoy it. Grimm, I decided to go back and try to blaze through. I find some of the characters to be annoying beyond all get out, but we'll give it a shot anyway. And Longmire. Someone suggested Longmire, and so I started watching that again. I'd watched it in the past. I'd given it 3 or 4 episodes. My wife was just not into it, but now I'm like, you know what? Now I'm starting to get. I'm like, okay, I get it. I can see it. So I'm enjoying. I'll be probably picking that one up. So Justified ends, and then we're on to that. And football. It's time for football season. What am I playing? Well, I finished the Synoptic Gospel, so now it's time to read the Book of John. Mark Herman had a new book, The Art of Wargaming or Wargaming or whatever it was, and I started reading through that. That one's good to pick up a section because it's not written chronologically, well, semi-chronologically, but he takes different themes and uses them for a book, and so I enjoy that. 1356 is the 4th book in the trilogy from Bernard Cornwell, and I believe The Archer's Tale. Didn't realize they had it. Now I do. Now I'm going to read it. And finally, instead of doing what I did with last week, I'm going to try and I'm going to give a spotlight on a country because I'm a traveler now, and I'm going to use that to tie, and you try and guess what is the top game played in that country according to tongue-in-cheek internet statistics. So Argentina I learned about, which is, the largest country, lots of landscape, glaciers and waterfalls. I kind of knew they had the tango there, but I didn't quite remember it. The wine, football, I mean, I remember that from Messi, Lionel Messi. Yeah, here he is. The tallest peak in the Americas. Okay, I didn't know that. Cultural icons or cultural people. Penguins. Oh yeah, you got to have penguins. Penguins and Friends Day, where they toast friendships, where it's sort of like Valentine's Day, but for platonic joy. Anyway, so do y'all guess? Dune Imperium is the game most played by people in Argentina as far as our best data recollects. So anyway, what a time to be alive. I will tomorrow will be a emotional day and I will get through it and then I'll get on to next week. I'll be hopefully having some reviews down here. They might not be the same style because I'm on an older system. I got a laptop and stuff. I'm learning as I go. So anyway, I hope you guys are doing great and having a great week as well. Take care, God bless. What a time to be alive, and we'll see you next time on Harebrained Games.